Welcome back, Franken friends. I'm Greg Smith, aka Dr. Frankentosh, and today I have a very special update on the iBookintosh project. As you may recall, the iBookintosh project is taking a classic iBook, removing the innards from it, replacing the logic board with the logic board from an M1 MacBook Air, and using as much of the original iBook as we possibly can, just with a modern processor. So today what we have is the display portion. It's done, well, mostly. And so without much further ado, let's go to the demo. Okay, Franken friends, the moment you've all been waiting for. The top half of the iBookintosh is now complete. Inside there is a display driver card here, and the inverter for driving the CCFL is in here. This display is 1024 by 768, so it's an upgraded display. Coming out of the bottom here, you can see we have a flexible HDMI cable, and we have 12 volt power, and we also have the Wi-Fi antenna. And what you can't see is that there are LEDs in here. That hasn't been wired up, but it will be eventually. If we look at the back, this is the beautiful Apple iBook display top. So let's connect it and see it work. So what you see here is what I call my slab top. This is a Apple M1 MacBook Air, and the display on this one had been cracked, so I just removed it, and I use this USB hub, and the hub is the same hub that's going to go in the iBookintosh logic board. So this is a very good demonstration of what will eventually be the iBookintosh full system. So we must have an external power in this case. So we'll connect up the external power and the HDMI, and we'll apply power.
10 seconds later.
And there we are. So this display looks a little bit dim. I have not connected the control card for the display driver. As you can see here, there's an IR remote. I would like to connect this to the display driver and hopefully put it behind the Apple logo, and so we'll be able to do infrared display controls. Now, as you can see, it's fully functional. Everything works as you'd expect. There was a problem when I first put everything together, that the display would flicker in and out, and also the aspect ratio was skewed vertically. It was stretched. So I'm running this program called Better Display. I've loaded a custom EDID into the display. Now, without this, I don't know if this is even going to come up. Now, without this, it's maybe difficult to see. So it's difficult to see, but these icons are all vertically skewed. And if we go into the display settings and click on displays, here you can see the driver board, and it has various resolutions. But even when using the default resolution of this monitor, which is 1024 by 768, we don't get the right aspect ratio. There is also a problem that the EDID would confuse the MacBook, and when that happens, the display flickers in and out. So one of the other things we wanted to do was set up this as the main display. Because the built-in display is not here, we want to make this the main display. We'll tell the built-in display or to mirror the custom display. Okay, so this doesn't look right, and we get a flickering problem. So when I run Better Display, we can load a custom EDID. We can apply that EDID, and as you can see, now the aspect ratio is correct, and the display works as expected. We also need to apply the EDID upon detection of the display, so that every time this comes up, it will convert to the iBookintosh display format. One other problem that we ran into, because this doesn't have a built-in display, if the machine reboots, then you can't see the main display, the built-in display, because there isn't one. And it doesn't recognize the iBookintosh display because Better Display is not running and substituting in the EDID. So we had to do two things. We had to set Better Display to pop up at login, but also we needed to set the admin user, to log in automatically. That way the desktop comes up and automatically loads Better Display. So let's demonstrate that.
10 seconds later.
There's the Apple chime. Notice nothing's happening here. It does seem to take about 30 seconds for the display to detect. Okay, and it's now working. So the display portion of this project is now mostly complete. There are still some unknown things left to do. This LED needs to be wired appropriately. I would love to have this infrared control set up so that we can control the display from outside, changing brightness and so on. Things like brightness and so on actually don't work on this display. Oh, goodness, it does work. I'm stunned and amazed that that actually works. There's no sound. The driver card has the sound capability, but it's actually not a very good audio capability. So when setting up sound, we'll be looking to use, it says MacBook Air speakers, we'll be using the onboard speakers and not the display speakers. Actually, let's go take a look at what YouTube looks like.
I want to know what you're thinking. There are some things you can't hide. I want to know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
Pure energy. Pure energy.
Now, this display panel itself has some challenges, and one of them is the angle of view. So if you're looking directly at this screen, actually this is really low res. Let's go to 1080p. That's much better. But if you look at this from the side, you can see that like we lose a lot of the image, a lot of brightness. And then as we look at it from directly in front, it's fine. So I think this display was designed for kiosks, not so much for laptops. Future versions of iBookintosh will probably use a different display panel. I'm actually sourcing them now, and the biggest challenge is getting the driver cards that will drive the display. So after many delays and side projects, the iBookintosh display is finally complete with some minor tweaks left to implement. Next steps will be to get the keyboard and logic board working. I've already got that laid out. I have a circuit board that I got from PCBWay that is a custom board that I built strictly for this project, and it just fits right into the case. So my goal is to have this done by the end of the year, crossing my fingers. And this is just the first. I've got about 24 iBooks that were dead on arrival, waiting to be reinvigorated, to be Frankensteined to life. And hopefully I'll be able to get this to a repeatable process, and the next iteration of iBookintosh will go much faster. So, as always, thank you so much for joining me. I know your time is precious. Please don't waste on anything I'm doing. Don't subscribe to this channel. Don't like this video. Don't click up there or over there. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and I'll see you next time on Dr. Frankentosh.